It's green again. We waited long enough. It went back to green. It's up almost 3 cents. Copper is just on a tear.
Yeah, over the weekend it was up big time.
Yeah.
I think it like 5.12, 5.15, something like that.
Came off a bit.
I was kind of like, oh, here we go again. But yeah, I mean, it ended last week. Copper was just, on a tear. And I just don't wonder with all the short squeeze, market pressure going on. You can't tell me the demand has just picked up that much in, a month, 2 weeks. Like, I think it truly is traders being traders, pushing this thing
up.
But
the tariffs
yeah,
affecting it?
I think it's just a culmination of, all the words and all the media messaging, behind AI and all the power it's going to need. And it's just, I think it's all the things, right?
So you think it's the potential demand? You think the demand's not quite there yet, but they're foreseeing this crazy
1,000%.
Yeah.
There is copper demand, but I think it's people projecting, 2, 3, 5 years down the road and saying, this could be the metal, right? And it's going to play a big role, but I don't think we're there yet. Like, not this week, not to see like a face ripping 50 cent rally, you know, or even more. Probably like a 60 cent at some point, from like 450 to 510.
The question is this: are we always going to be in the fives from here on out for a while? Like, is this the new trading area? High fours, low fives. Are we going to keep pushing? So. You think we get back to earth a little?
Mid fours. Like, I think
450.
At least for a while, unless the demand truly shows its face. But you know how these traders work. They'll run that thing up until somebody feels like they've made enough, and then all of a sudden they'll drop it on somebody, right? Somebody's gonna be holding that.
It might come off, 50 cents in 2 days. Who knows?
Which is why I say, whether you're a plumber, electrician, somebody selling copper, like, just beware that people that are buying it for a living, i.e., your scrap yards, recycling facilities, they're buying it knowing they still got to process it and get it out. And, we might get a 50-cent swing in copper on the COMEX, but that doesn't translate to 50-cent swing on the number 1 or number 2 copper price.
You're seeing these guys widen
because
the
they
spread.
start to widen the spreads.
Yeah.
I saw something where, the traditional number 1 spread was, there for a while was running, 12 to 15 cents. I saw something the other day at 35, So I think it depends. You're not going to get all of it. You'll get some of it.
That's building protections for them too.
Yeah,
right?
it's everybody, right? Yeah. It's forward looking the best it can be. And I think that's one thing you have to be cautious about. Now the price is up. You're going to get paid more for copper wire nowadays than you've gotten paid in a long time.
Yeah, I have some electricians. I have a few guys that have some copper, and I'm like, they're getting it ready. Because I'm like, you better get it. Like, I'll pay you. Because I feel like we got maybe a couple more weeks of this.
We'll see.
And I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I would like to see it keep running.
Yeah. I think these election years are wild, right? There's just so much going on. People trying to guess where the direction of things, and it's just because you've got. It's elections on all fronts. Other countries, it's an election year. Mm-hmm. Plus, you've just got all the the macro things going on that are affecting commodities. So we'll see. It's going to be a wild ride from here on out. It looks like.
Any other big movements? Any other markets you're seeing?
Palladium and platinum, were on a ripper at the end of the week last week too. Platinum, broke 1,000, ran past palladium. Platinum's off this morning, against rhodium. But I think platinum saw a really big run, from like 900 and some change all the way.
And those have been so soft for so long. It feels like it runs and stored.
Rhodium hasn't budged. Right. It looks like it's just flatlined. Mm-hmm. But
gold's still very strong.
Gold's strong. Silver's strong, 31 and some change. Nickel's strong. Nickel's pushing 950, right?
But the stainless price is still kind of...
Stainless is still kind of just
dead
hanging around.
because of the Ferrous price?
Yeah, I think so. And it's just, I mean, I think that, you know, maybe the price of nickel per se is up, but that's not, you know, not basically, you know, creating a bunch more demand. It's not coming from a bunch more demand on, let's say, the 304 or the 316 stainless front, right? Because Ferrous obviously traded down a little bit this month, sideways to down, depending on the grade. So, which is a big component of that grade. So yeah, I think, you know, aluminum's pretty strong right now too. It's been on a, you know, it's kind of been buoyed by, you know, I think those tariffs that have been move forward. So yeah, I think it's all things positive for the most part on the base metals front, which is good. I mean, I think that I don't know that it's translated into a crazy amount more volume for us. It just doesn't feel like that. Now we're paying more for scrap, so we're spending more money, but I don't know that that's creating an excess amount of volume, right? It looks like we spent more.
It feels like you're busier because we're ordering money more often, and you know, but the volume's been better. Yeah. But they're not like, you know, like if we were spending this money at $2 copper, you know, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, you double the volume. Right? Yeah, it's crazy.
So, well, tomorrow I get a new book, Day Trader Attention. Very excited. Ordered that book like a month ago.
Yep.
So we got those. I'm excited to start talking about that with everybody, but more on that soon.
Coming up. All right, everybody have a great week, and hold on, buckle your seatbelts. If last week was any indication, this week should be much of the same.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care.